So hi guys, I want to do a quick combat tutorial because I saw many people struggling with combat, and I will show you some tricks that you can incorporate into your own gameplay, and it will help you understand the mechanics better and also survive battles that would otherwise be pretty difficult. So one thing to understand is that a character can tie up other characters if it is facing that character. So for example, this Dwarven Slayer is tying up this assassin and also more or less this kobold, because it's not on its flanks or behind, it's really more or less front of the Slayer. Obviously this Goblin Warrior here is free to move wherever he wants because it is not tied up by any melee character. So what I want to do now is I want to move here and turn towards this kobold, because that means all three of them are basically tied up by the Slayer and they cannot easily disengage. So there's a couple of exceptions to this. If my Slayer, for example, my Slayer was blind, then they would be able to disengage because my Slayer has a hard time hitting them. Or if it is crippled, knocked down, or in other ways disabled, then a Slayer won't tie them up. In this case, you will see that it plans to hit the Slayer. Another concept that's pretty important to understand is that since they are knocked down, since they are tied up, they won't basically run away and attack their healer, for example, but it can still move around my my Slayer and can get to characters that are too close to the Slayer, basically characters that are around these tiles surrounding the Slayer. So basically the Hunter and the Mage here are still at risk. So this Warrior could move to the sides here and then hit the Mage, and the Assassin could do the same by moving to the tile behind the Slayer and hit the Hunter. So what we want to do is we want to turn the camera a bit. We want to move a bit away from here and maybe move to the flank here. Something else to consider is that I saw a couple of people in replays just use first kill always. So just keep in mind that you've learned multiple skills, and the first kill, for example, for this Mage here is hit the enemy in melee with your stuff. I mean, this is always an option. So if you're meleeing in melee range of somebody, you can hit them, but you don't want to do that and basically move up to this warrior and hit in melee, because this is a melee character, you are a mage, you don't want to be in melee range. So let me quickly use a better skill, which is this ice sphere that does some AoE damage. So then maybe let's get to another concept that's pretty important to understand. Good. Still gonna use one. You always want to use all of your action points. There's no real reason to bank them. Something else that you can bear in mind is that now that they are all tied up to my Dwarven Slayer, then I can move up, get into their bag and hit them with a melee attack, and then move away, and they won't retaliate, they won't do an attack of opportunity. So I can quickly show that. Let's hit this character here. So I won't stay here around because they will turn around and hit me otherwise, so I will just back off and we're good to go. Same applies for this character, but we don't have the movement points. So let's end the turn. Karim dodge. It's a lucky roll. So then let's make a mistake here so I can show some other. Let's assume I moved my mage up in melee range here for whatever reason. Use stack and then I move up and I move to the front instead of moving to the sides. That was obviously a mistake. I did not try to hit it, and if I disengage now, then these two guys will get a free hit on me, and it does a lot more damage than standard attack, so I won't do that. Now I'm a bit in a bad spot, right? Now let's
executed.
So what can I do now? As you can see, we have two characters next to this melee character, and that means they're both tying it up, and I can use one of the characters to go to its back, and it will be facing the other character then. So I can use this tile or that tile, doesn't matter. So let's use this one here, and now I'm at the flank of the melee character, and I can safely disengage. And the same applies here. So for example, here we don't have any melee character but let's say I wanna use the ranged attacks, range skill of the dwarven, of the hunter, which I cannot do right now because I'm tied up in melee. Then I can use my other character and move it to the front, then shuffle around this hunter to the back and safely disengage. This is a way to really put another character that is beefier or has more armor, like this layer here, in front of a melee character and get away with a mage without risking an attack of opportunity. That's pretty important to save characters that are ending up in melee range and shouldn't be meleeing other stronger characters like mages or healers or ranged, so archers like this elven hunter. Okay, let's move this. So that's a couple of cool tricks that you can bear in mind when facing difficult opponents. Hope this helps, and see you in another tutorial.